Hello, everyone, parents, guardians. My name is Keith Lehman. I am one of the math teachers here at Fargo North High School, and I'll be teaching math in action to your student this year. So I thought because of the atypical nature of this start of the school year, I'd put together a quick video, maybe outline the course a little bit, talk a little bit about expectations, what materials you need, that kind of thing, and then we'll get into the specifics more here in class, either Wednesday or Thursday. So before we get started, I thought maybe I'd show you a little bit around my room. With COVID-19 happening, I don't really know if you'll have the chance to come into school, whether it be parent-teacher conferences or any other opportunity. So my room looks a little different this year. So rows are 6 feet apart. And my plan with the A, K, LZ alphabet split is that we will do kind of a checkerboard pattern. So students should be 6 feet apart at least 6 feet apart from their peers at all times. Now, of course, we had a little bit of an issue with the split of the alphabet groups. It's not going to be a perfect 50-50 split, but we'll do the best we can. And if your student has any discomfort with their seating arrangement, just have them communicate with me, and I'm more than willing to change where they're sitting. So I've put together a quick PowerPoint here. And I won't take too much of your time, but I thought, like I said, I'd outline the course a little bit, tell you a little bit about myself, and then kind of go from there. So I'll share my screen. Hit present here. Okay, so like I said, my name is Keith Lehman, and I am teaching math in action. A little bit about myself. I actually graduated from Fargo North, class of 2013. I have lived in North Fargo my entire life, and really this is where I like to be. I really enjoy North Fargo. It's kind of a smaller town within a bigger city, so that's kind of appealing to me, and I don't have any intention of leaving. In 2017, I graduated from NDSU with a double major in mathematics, as well as mathematics education. Then in spring 2020, so this last May, I graduated from Minot State University with my master's in education, and I had a math concentration in that degree. So it was about 50% education courses, 50% math courses. So taking those higher level math classes was something I really missed about college. So that was kind of nice to have that experience again. But it's also nice to have that degree done. So I won't complain about that. In addition to teaching here at North, I'm a coach for cross country. I'm assistant coaching in cross country as well as track and field. Currently, I teach AP Stats, which is primarily a senior math class, Algebra 1, primarily freshmen, and then Math in Action. It's a nice mix of everyone, all the grades. And this is actually my first year teaching it, but as I look through the course description, I'm really looking forward to the practicality of the course, kind of that real life math that I think is missing a lot of the time. Outside of school, not a ton of time from August into May for outside of school time, but I do like to run each morning, biking, reading, and I visit my family somewhat often. I've got a grandpa out in Argusville, and I like to visit him. He'll be 91 here in September, so got to visit him as much as I can. A little bit about math in action, what we're going to talk about this year. Semester 1, we're going to start off by talking about banking services. So this is like savings accounts, earning interest on accounts, that kind of thing. Very practical topics. Then we'll talk about credit, so consumer credit, credit scores, credit cards, that kind of thing. Owning a car, I think we all know that there's a lot to learn there. Employment basics and income taxes. Then semester 2, we'll switch over to the stock market, modeling a business, so like supply, demand, profit, revenue, that sort of thing. Preparing a budget, obviously very important content. Planning for retirement and independent living. We'll end the year. A lot of you are seniors, so independent living is maybe a good way to end the year. Materials as far as what you need to buy or what students need to come prepared with. Basically pencils, and if you like a binder to stay organized, that'll do it. I provide a lot of the most important stuff. So like a workbook, I'll put all your notes in there so it's not like they have to take notes on a notebook or anything. Paper homework assignments I print off. I actually have them in a book this year. In-class activities, I'll provide all of that. And this calculator here, it's a typical calculator, except it has some nice fraction features. I will also check this out for each student, so no calculator necessary. So obviously this is a very strange start to the year, but we have a lot of good resources to kind of keep kids on track of their work. So the first one that I'd like to talk about is EduCal, and that's Daily Planner. So what I've got here is just a snipping, I use a snipping tool of September 3rd, Thursday, September 3rd for Math in Action. And what you'll see is that in blue, I have the L through Z group, okay? So I will say L through Z, you're in blue, A through K, you're always gonna be in yellow. Students should only look at their alphabet group. It could be confusing if you think, oh, what's the other class doing? What am I doing? Really just look at your own alphabet group, and that will clear things up quite a bit. Because with the shifting of the hybrid schedule, classes are going to be doing different things on different days. But you'll also see here, I have L through Z on September 3rd is in person, and then I have a description of what's going to be happening that day. Okay. Same thing with online. The A through K group is going to be online on this day. So I have links to what they'll be doing. They can just click it, or they can go to my website and take a look there. I'm trying to be very thorough in my descriptions of what's expected each day. So if your student follows EduCal day by day, they should be in really good shape, staying on top of their work. In addition to EduCal, we have something called Google Classroom, and this is actually something that you as a parent or guardian are able to follow as well. So if you want to, I think your student has to send you an invitation, but this is the primary place where students are going to upload their work. My plan, just so I'm not handling a lot of papers this year, is for students to upload all of their assignments to our Google Classroom. So in this month of September, when students are in school, at least part-time, they'll have some support in getting help getting those uploaded. Typically in the past, people have had really good luck with just taking a picture or scanning it on their phone. And there's actually an app for Google Classroom that you can instantly upload. If you don't have a phone, we'll figure out a solution, but for most students, that has worked really well in the past. Then a third resource we have is something called Delta Map. I'm going to set students up with this on the first day of school, but basically this is a place where students can do homework and practice problems not on paper, but online. It does a really great job of offering suggestions if students do get it wrong, because on those online days, it's going to be very difficult as I'm teaching another group of students in class for students to get help on any questions they might have. So this is a good option. I will put maybe one assignment per week on Delta Math. Again, just follow EduCal. I've got the links there, and they shouldn't be too long of assignments. So just a couple notes here. So in general, the notes, activities, and assessments are going to be given in class. And then online days are going to be flexible, so they don't have to wake up at 8 o'clock necessarily to log in and attend class virtually. It's all going to be pretty flexible. So that would be like practice problem days, maybe some homework time or activities or projects. Like I said, EduCal is going to be the best place to look each day for updates. My hope is that the schedule doesn't change too much because it's already pretty difficult to plan 2 different things happening and I teach 3 different classes. So hopefully we can stick to our schedule, but I do anticipate that changes will happen throughout the year. So just take a look at EduCal. And then, like I said before, all work is going to be turned in Google Classroom, even when we are in person. So dual purpose there. It gets you in the habit of uploading assignments when we have some support. And I also don't have to touch a whole lot of papers this year, which is probably a good thing. And kind of a final note here, I'm willing to work with students. If they're willing to put the work in, I am more than willing to take before school time, after school time, any time to help them succeed. I do like when students take that initiative on their own, but if I see that they're struggling a little bit, I will communicate that with them and with you, and we'll come up with a plan as well. So speaking of getting help, we have something new called Spartan Period or Spartan Hour. It's going to be Monday through Friday, 8 to 8:35 a.m., so before school. Period 1 is actually going to start at 8:45 now, so if you don't have Spartan Hour, you can sleep in a little bit longer. But during Spartan Hour, you can come in to talk to teachers in any curricular area. I believe for math, we have Spartan Hour on Mondays and Fridays, okay, so they can come in. I prefer a little bit of notice if they do plan on coming in, but that's an option for getting help. Also, I'm at school way before 8 o'clock, so I typically get here around 6:30. So if your student has something scheduled from 8 to 8:35, they are more than welcome to come in before 8 o'clock if they'd like. I'm typically available after school. Now, one note on that is I do coach in the fall and in the spring, so after school won't work during those seasons. Hopefully we get a full season in for both those sports, but just let me know if in the wintertime you're wanting to get help after school. I also have a couple of prep hours, so period 2 and period 6 are open for me. And then if nothing else works, I can Zoom, Zoom at home, Zoom from school. Just let me know what works for you. And like I said, all of these are available options for getting help, but if students would please give me a little bit of notice, that would be much appreciated. That way, if I want to shoot a video or record something, I know that people will or will not be coming in for help during those times. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. There's my email. My school phone, it goes directly to my email if you leave a voicemail, so that's another good option. Otherwise, I really look forward to meeting your son or daughter here either on Wednesday or Thursday. And even though it's an atypical year, I want it to be a productive year. I want students to push themselves to learn a lot and really see the value in taking math in action.